And now, speaker number 2, 2242, presenting Bums by Robert Schaffron.
Oh, spare some change, your luck might change. Do y'all believe in luck? Never mind, you know, it doesn't even matter. Because I'm about to tell you a secret that I know right down to the bone. And when I tell y'all this secret and y'all know the truth, then y'all can stop wondering. And then maybe y'all might put something inside of my cup. You like it? Well, thank you, I found it just right over there. This man was leaving this coffee shop and he had this cup in his hand. And do you want to know what he does? He drops it. So I go over there and I go pick it up and said, hey man, spare some change, your luck might change. And he looked at me like I was crazy. And do you want to know what he says? He says, that don't rhyme. You can't rhyme change or change. You come out with a word with its own word. And I said, well, hell, man, I never claimed to be rhyming. I was just looking for a handout. And do you want to know what he did? He walked away. Ain't give me nothing to eat. But hey, I got this cup off him, ain't that something? The name is Broadway Vic. Nah, I know this ain't much, but this is my corn. You got something to spare? For far too long, the American healthcare system has valued profit over people. According to the American Healthcare Association, over half of the US population owes some form of medical debt, now making medical debt one of the leading causes to poverty and homelessness in America. And when these individuals cannot afford to pay for their care, they're not just overlooked, they're abandoned by a system that has refused to change, leaving us to ask the question, if the system meant to save us won't, then who will? Broadway Vic's story forces us to face what we so often ignore, that homelessness is not always the result of bad choices, but rather a reflection of a system that has failed its most vulnerable. Look around this room. The only thing separating us from the ones that we so often overlook is just a twist of fate, of luck. And as Broadway Vic so perfectly captures it, your life can change in an instant. One misfortune in your life can be changed forever. It is time that we stop seeing America with blind hope for what it could be and start seeing it for what it actually is. Bums by Robert Schaffron. Oh, spare some change. I guess I gotta be quicker next time. So y'all wanna know about that secret I was telling y'all about. Do not worry, I did not forget. I'm getting to it. Now, in case y'all have not figured it out by now, yes, I'm homeless, But do not worry, that is gonna change very soon. You see, I have been saving up to buy a house for a long time. And I know just the one I'm gonna buy too. Oh, it was gonna be the one that me and Josie, that's my wife. I think if I'm gonna tell y'all this story, it's best I tell it from the beginning. Josie had the tiniest feet in the world. I would always joke about how small they were and if they grew any. Now, I don't think she liked it that much, but that was our kind of love. In fact, there would be times that I would come home from work and I would call her and I would see her and I would hold her by her hands and I would say, come on, Josie, get you on your tiny little hands and let's go see this house. Whoa. So we had found this house in the suburbs, right? And after work every single day, me and Josie would go and see this house. And do you want to know what this house had? Oh, it had a porch. Its very own porch. Now, we have never had a house with a porch, have we, honey? Mm-mm. And we walk up those porch steps, and there was a little window in the front. And me and Josie would peek through and plan out our future together. Little babies running around all over the place. But oh, we still had a long way to go. In our little apartment, we were saving up every single penny that we had so we could afford that house. And just right before we were about to buy it, Josie had started getting sick. Hey. Her muscles were weakening. And you know, there was one day that I came home and I called her and she didn't respond. And when I walked into the kitchen, Josie! She had collapsed on the floor. Hey. So I got her up. And I took her to the hospital. But the doctor at the hospital stopped me and said there was nothing he could do. Nothing nobody could do. Unless we had a whole lot of money. Which we didn't. So I got my Josie and I took her home and I took her from room to room to room. But she didn't. So I got up all the money that I had and I went back to the hospital and said, y'all better come and look at her. And I gave them all the money that I had and they took her. And all I could do was wait. And when they said I can go and see her, I walked into that room. Oh, Josie! And I saw her, and I said, baby, you need to get you on your tiny little feet up so we can go see that house. But she couldn't even respond. I waited days and weeks and months just hoping that she would get better. Just watching the bills flooding, not knowing what to do. Just hoping that all of this would just change because, you know, I couldn't do it by myself. I needed my Josie. And by the time I had finished waiting, and was supposed to buy that house with her. Josie and her muscles had just up and quit. And that's when I learned something that I didn't know before. That even the heart is a muscle. And when Josie and her muscles stopped working, that's when I lost the love of my life. And I started drinking so I could stop missing her so much. But you know, I didn't really stop all that missing her. It just stopped it from hurting so bad. And I lost my job because I couldn't function right in the head anymore. And that's when I started to ask the question, when did I stop living my life? And my life just started living me. And I spent all of my money, and here I am, trying to survive. And you know it's hard every day. People always ask me, Broadway Vic, why don't you got no job? Why don't you get a job? Well, let me ask you something. Would you hire me? No. Because I make you uncomfortable. I remind you of how low a life can get. And it is hard every day. I'm trying my best. Which brings me back to my secret. Whether you believe in luck or not, everything there is and isn't, it's all luck. It's all meant to be. Now, y'all might not believe in me today, but one day I'm gonna walk up those porch steps and I'm gonna buy that house. Everybody here to watch me. But until then, I must get back to work. Spare some change, your luck might change. Spare some change, your luck might change. Spare some change, just maybe my luck might change.